The Ontario Kukri machete. There it is. This is my my hiking rig, and decided to come out in the woods today, do a little bit of hiking. This is a camelback ambush, hydration pack with bladder in it. It's got a little bit of cargo area right here, and then I've attached a military butt pack to the bottom to give me a lot more cargo carrying capacity. But today, why I came out and why I'm doing this video is to show a new toy that I've got, and it's the Ontario Kukri machete, and I've carried it out on my camelback. The camelback, this ambush, has a sleeve that runs the full length of the pack on the back, and that's where the shoulder straps tuck into. They tuck into this sleeve. They unsnap from here and then tuck into the sleeve. Both parts tuck into this pocket, I guess, sleeve, whatever you want to call it. And then you can fasten this to other gear, which is what I do. I fasten this with these D-rings to my Alice pack when I'm backpack camping. So let's pull out this Ontario Kukri, and right away you can see the sheath is crap. It's kind of just a piece of plastic covered in, looks like Cordura nylon, with just one strap, one retention strap holding everything. Got a D-ring on the bottom with a cheap tie cord. Yeah. Another wrist strap on the bottom here. It's kind of cheap. Belt loop on the back. The sheath is alright. Would I trust it on the outside of my pack, lashed to the outside of my pack walking through the woods? Probably not. Which is why I got it tucked down in the sleeve of that camelback right there. I'm not going to do a whole lot of chopping with this thing right now. I was out yesterday and did a bunch of chopping with it. Take the sheath off here. And that's it. Let's see. It says Kukri, made in USA. The other side it says nothing. And you can see the battle damage on it right there. I've already been out. Like I said, I was out yesterday beating and cutting things up and chopping stuff down. Blade's a 1/4 inch thick. Full flat grind, I believe it is. Got a real nice edge on it from the factory. And what I like about it is the edge right here in this area is a lot steeper on both sides. And I guess they did that for fine carving work, carving out steaks or some things like that. And then this here is not as steep all the way to the point. So I like the way they did that. This thing's over 1 foot long, and it really isn't that heavy. I've seen a couple other videos on YouTube about this, and there's not many. And from looking at it, and from listening to the other reviews, everybody said it's a heavy knife, but I expected it to be a lot heavier. And maybe it's just me. Handle, got a nice rubberized handle on it. I think Ontario calls it Craton handle. Nice rubberized. Good for gripping in wet or cold weather. I got kind of big hands, and this handle fits my hands just fine. Feels good in the hand. It's a weight forward chopper. This thing loves to keep on chopping. And one thing I found out yesterday is it will give your hand grip and your forearm a workout. So be ready. If you're not used to that kind of work, then you're probably going to be surprised, and you might not like this knife or kukri or machete. Interesting thing about this, it's made by Ontario Knife. And if you go to OntarioKnife.com, or Ontario.com I think it is, go to their website, the Ontario Knife website, you're not going to find this knife, or kukri. Why, I have no idea, but it's not on their website. This is just some old dead fallen tree here. I'm not going to chop it in half or anything like that. Try to hold this camera at the same time. This thing loves to take out big chunks. Little piece of hardwood here. Yeah, I like it. The sheath, not so much. Everybody says the same thing about the sheath, so they don't like it. And I guess it's good enough to keep the edge from cutting up anything else in your pack, or cutting up your leg if you're going to wear it on your belt, I guess. Let's see here. See if I can get this in. One of the other videos on YouTube, I got some information that said Camillus knife years ago made a bunch of kukri knife sheaths in black leather, heavy-duty knife sheaths. And I think where I found that information was a YouTube channel. The guy goes by Gavco or Gavco, Gavko. I think this is where I got the information. Anyway, if you go to SmokyMountainKnifeWorks.com website, they have a bunch of leather sheaths that will fit this knife, or this knife will fit those sheaths with a little bit of modification, not much at all. It's a heavy-duty black leather sheath, real nice, and they're only $5. So I rolled to that website. They're all sold out. What little bit of information I got from the web is that Camillus, before they went out of business, I guess we're going to make a kukri knife, or kukri machete, and they commissioned someone else, I guess, to make a bunch of sheaths for this thing. Unfortunately, they went out of business before they could make the actual knife. So I got to thinking, and since this kukri is not anywhere on the Ontario website, just think about this for a minute. I'm not saying this is fact, but I got to thinking, well, maybe this is one of the Camillus kukris. Maybe not, who knows? Since this knife doesn't say Ontario on it anywhere, all it says is kukri, made in USA. It doesn't say Ontario knife on it anywhere. Maybe this is one of the Camillus, and Ontario acquired the kukris, but they didn't acquire the sheath. I don't know. It's just a guess. I'm just throwing that out there. It's just a guess. You got this thing, tacticaldefender.com, $65, and I'm happy with it. I am. I'm not happy with the sheath, but I'll make changes. I can go on eBay and find the leather Camillus sheath. There's a few of them still floating around on there. So, not a problem. Like I said, this thing loves to chop. This must be a good piece of hardwood right here. But yeah, this thing loves to chop. And that's what I was doing yesterday, and I'm going to do some more today. What does this thing weigh? Maybe a pound. 1095 carbon steel blade, and it's a basher. It's a chopping beast, I would call it. And that's about it. I'm gonna change this over to paracord as soon as I get the chance, and make it a little bit different. But I want to change it. Definitely want to change it to paracord. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Cuckoo for Kukris.